In a bustling city, there were two entrepreneurs, Jake and Olivia, who both ran small businesses. Jake owned a cafe, while Olivia had a boutique that sold handmade clothing. Both were passionate about their ventures. But one year, the economy took a downturn, and suddenly, the customers weren't coming in as often. Sales dropped, bills piled up, and the future of their businesses looked uncertain. Jake, frustrated by the declining economy, began to complain. It's impossible to run a business in times like these. The market is down and people don't want to spend money anymore. There's nothing that I can do. My cafe is going to fail. And it's going to fail because of this economy. I'm working hard, nothing is going right. Day after day, Jake continued to vent to anyone who would listen. He blamed everything from the slow economy to his employees. And no matter how much he complained, his cafe remained empty. Olivia faced the same struggles. The economic downturn, it hit her boutique just as hard. And foot traffic had slowed down to a crawl. Olivia took a different approach. This is tough, she thought, but I can't let it defeat me. What can I do to adapt? She began brainstorming new ways to bring new life to her business. Olivia redesigned her website, created online promotions, and reached out to local influencers to collaborate on her marketing. She started offering virtual consultations and shipping options for customers that couldn't visit in person. She used social media to showcase her unique designs, creating a buzz and attracting new customers beyond her local market. It wasn't easy, and there were plenty of obstacles along the way, but Olivia kept experimenting with new strategies, tweaking her approach as she learned what would work. Slowly but surely, her boutique began to pick up in business. Customers were ordering online and the new marketing was paying off. Months passed while Jake continued his struggle and Olivia's boutique was finding its way back. Jake couldn't understand for the life of him how Olivia's business could be thriving. One day he visited the boutique and asked her, "How are you making this work? We're both dealing with the same economy. What's your secret?" Olivia smiled and said, "I stopped focusing on what was going wrong and started focusing on what I could change. I tried new things, I made adjustments, and I worked with what I had. There were several moments where I wanted to complain, but I reminded myself, complaints don't fix problems, taking action does." Today, I want to talk to you about something that can be a huge obstacle on your growth journey: complaining. It can be so easy to fall into the trap of voicing our frustrations. But have you ever considered how complaining affects your mindset and your overall outlook on life? When we complain, we often magnify our problems, creating a mental environment that is filled with negativity and self-doubt. This negativity clouds our perspectives, and it makes it challenging to see the potential solutions that are right in front of us. Frequent complaining significantly hinders our growth and personal development. It keeps us stuck in a cycle of victimhood. Instead of taking action to improve our situation, we remain paralyzed by our dissatisfaction. When we complain, we sound powerless. And by fixating on our problems rather than solutions, we miss valuable opportunities for growth and learning. As you embark on your journey to grow, evolve, and reach your full potential, it's crucial to be aware of how powerful our words and our mindsets are. Complaining, though it may feel like a release in the moment, ultimately keeps us stuck. Complaining is often disguised as venting or just getting things off your chest. But in reality, it can rob you of your power. Recognizing the difference between complaining or expressing legitimate concerns or seeking solutions is crucial. Complaining often lacks constructive intent. It's about venting without a plan to change. In contrast, when we voice concerns with a focus on finding solutions, we are engaging in a productive conversation. So the next time you find yourself in a frustrating situation, pause and ask, am I complaining or am I looking for a way forward? Shifting from a complaining mindset to one focused on gratitude requires intentional strategies. When you complain, you're essentially saying that something is out of your control. You're giving away your power to circumstances, to people, or to things that you feel are unfair. You might not even realize it, but every single time you complain, you reinforce a sense of helplessness. This isn't fair. Why do things like this always happen to me? I can't believe I'm stuck in this situation. I hate my job. Why am I here with these people? Do you hear how powerless those statements are? When you complain, you focus on everything that's wrong, everything that's out of your control. It creates a narrative where you're the victim. You're the victim and everything and everyone else is to blame. Things are happening to you. You're not happening to things. You start to believe that you can't change your situation or that you're at the mercy of external forces. But here's the thing. You are not powerless. You are in control of your mindset. You are in control of your actions. You are in control of how you respond to challenges and frustrations. Complaining thinks it's slick. Complaining tricks you into thinking you're stuck, when in reality, you have the ability to create the change that you want. Complaining begins the snowball effect. Zig Ziglar wisely said, the more you complain about your problems, the more problems you will have to complain about. Complaining keeps you in a loop of frustration, but it never leads to the solution that you're seeking. When you complain, you remain. You're not solving problems. You're not opening doors or creating opportunities. You're stuck right where you are, reaffirming that you are nothing but a passive observer of your own life as opposed to an active creator of your experience. Imagine trying to climb a mountain. Every time you complain about how hard it is to climb the mountain, you pause. You stop climbing and you focus, you dial in on the difficulty. While you're standing there grumbling, you're not moving forward. Complaining slows down your progress because instead of focusing on finding that solution, you're fixating on the problem. Think about the people who achieve success in life. Are they the ones who complain about the challenges they face? Or are they the ones that acknowledge the challenge and then figure out a way to overcome it? Complaining will never guide you to a breakthrough. Action will. Stop settling for a life that you don't want because you have the power to change. And the truth is, anything that you're not changing, you're accepting. Well, if this mission growth is too tough for you, I got one on self-love. Every complaint you make without taking action is an acceptance of the status quo. Another thought is that when you complain, it affects the energy you project. And our tendency to complain doesn't just affect us, it influences our relationships. Negative energy can be contagious, and it can constantly push us away from others. It creates an environment where others feel drained by you instead of inspired by you. Accountability plays a significant role in reducing complaints and taking responsibilities for our circumstances. When we hold ourselves accountable, we shift the focus from blaming external factors to recognizing our own role in the very situation. One of the best questions we can ask is, what can I do differently? How can I change my perspective? This shift empowers you to take control of your life instead of feeling like a victim of the circumstance. Channeling frustrations into constructive actions instead of complaints is essential for your growth journey. Whenever you feel the urge to complain, try reframing those thoughts. Instead of saying, I hate my job, express, I'm looking for ways to make my job more fulfilling. Or express, the company of my dreams is looking for me and they're going to find me. This simple shift opens the door to possibilities. It opens the door to solutions instead of dwelling on your dissatisfaction. People can feel when you're negative. They can feel when you're frustrated. If you want to grow and inspire others or just become someone who attracts positivity, you need to shift away from complaining. No one ever looked at a chronic complainer and thought, wow, that's someone I want to follow. Oh, they're miserable. Let me join them. Because complaining sounds like defeat. Instead of letting circumstance dictate your energy, shift your perspective to focusing on solutions. One thing I love to remind myself is let your energy infect the people that you're talking to, not vice versa. Don't let the negativity or challenges dim your light. Show up every day with the mindset that you're the one that's in control of how you will respond. And when you do that, you become a source of strength to the environment. Now that we've talked about what complaining does to us, let's explore how to stop this habit and reclaim your sense of agency. It's important to clarify that this isn't about pretending that everything's perfect or ignoring that you have frustrations and challenges in life. Rather, it's about changing your response and shifting from helplessness to empowerment. The first thing we need to do to begin to shape ourselves out of complaining is to recognize the complaint loop. The first step of breaking the habit of complaining is to become aware of when and how often you do it. Transformation always begins with awareness. So start by paying attention to your thoughts and your words. Are you frequently voicing what's wrong or what's unfair or what you wish were different? This awareness is crucial. You can even go the extra step of keeping a journal or making mental notes each time you feel like complaining. However you do it, realize that once you begin to see the frequency and context of your complaints, you can begin to break the cycle. Understanding that complaining can become a reflexive response is the key to taking back your power. Number 2, reframe your situation. Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, shift your perspective to what you can do. Ask yourself, what actions can I take? This reframing can feel empowering, especially when you're faced with overwhelming situations. I challenge you to identify at least one small step that you can take towards improvement. The shift in mindset from complaining to problem solving allows you to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. Number 3, focus on gratitude. One of the most effective ways to curb complaining is to practice an attitude of gratitude. When you feel the urge to complain, pause and consciously think of something that you're grateful for. This practice in itself can be transformative because gratitude helps you shift your focus to the positives of life, helping you recognize the abundance around you instead of the lack. The more you cultivate gratitude, the less you will find yourself dwelling on what's wrong. Number 4, ask empowering questions. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Redirect your thoughts to, what can I learn from this? How can I grow through this challenge? These questions shift your focus from the problem to your personal development. They remind you that every experience, no matter how difficult, can cultivate your resilience and your sense of purpose. Number 5, take action. Complaining rarely leads to meaningful change. Action does. Joyce Meyer said, don't complain about something unless you have a vision to change it. Complaining without a plan only solidifies the belief that you're a victim of your circumstances. When you catch yourself in a complaint cycle, immediately Think of one action that you can take to improve your situation. And here's the thing. It doesn't have to be a monumental step. Even a small action can shift your energy from feeling powerless to empowerment. Taking action reinforces your agency, reminding you that you have the power to influence your circumstances. By recognizing the impact of our words, by shifting our mindset to focus on gratitude and solutions, by taking intentional actions, you can break free from the cycle of negativity. Choose to take control of your narrative and don't allow complaining to define your journey. With that, I have a challenge for you. I want you to join me in the complaint-free challenge. Let's see if we can go 48 hours without making a single complaint. And if a complaint comes out of your mouth, I want you to log it on a sheet of paper or in your phone so that you can see how often you complain within 48 hours. As you embark on your path of growth, let your words empower you. Let them uplift those around you and let them propel you towards a future filled with possibility. If you enjoyed this video, join our community by subscribing to this channel. Always remember that growth is a journey, it's not a destination. I'm in it with you, and I'll see you on the next one.